What's up, YouTube? We're hanging over twitch.tv/LAWL like we do every week. Streams every day but Tuesday and Sunday, and figured we'd have a good one to talk about. We're going to do a dual purpose here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about closed qualifiers. For those that don't know, obviously version 1 took a W during regionals this past weekend, but we also had the closed qualifiers going down for Europe, where we're trying to figure out who the top 16 teams are going to be making it into the main event. Some things happened which are pretty ouchies. So we're going to hop over to the other screen and kind of talk about these things and explain exactly what I mean by ouchies. A couple things. Stormtroopers, no longer a team. They've disbanded. Stormtroopers, which had a lot of potential, is disbanded. They're no longer. Team Liquid, the new hot commodity that got the exception. You even saw a little bit of a sassy tweet from Archie, because that's what he do. The way he farm impression is by throwing shade now, it seems. This kind of mean. People have feelings. Team Liquid got an exception. That's a Tau Oski and a Chronic. They went 0-3. They lost to 0-0 Nation, Luminosity, and Wild. So all that, and they're upset about it. The difficulty with it, though, is that it is their first exposure to this environment. Good foundation. They made top 24. Hopefully you do better in the spring. We also saw Heroic not qualify again by one match. Singularity also losing out. We saw Blues new team of Savage not make it. So, and SK Gaming, I think this is Fruity and the boys, also not having a good result. But we did our top 8. Navi, the new addition with Virtuoso, going well. They 3-0. Guild CRR seems to be a good solution. They had a pretty good run in Regional 2, hoping they can recreate it with wins over SK, Williams Resolve, and K-Corp. Pretty happy about those last two. K-Corp, their only loss coming to Guild, do win out there. Luminosity makes it back. Rix is back as well. We've got Cookster's Minions winning their last match, and 0-0 Nation also winning theirs. So some pretty solid results from the closed qualifier, which gave us our 16 teams for the main event, if we want to go take a look at that. So we've got our 16 teams: Dignitas, BDS, Endpoint, Semper, Vitality, Queso, EG, Misfits, Guild, Navi, Rix, Luminosity, K-Corp, Williams Resolve, 0-0 Nation, and Cookster's Minions. As you can tell, the ones from the points ranking are based upon the teams that are top 8, which is what we're going to show you in this sheet. So in this kind of bracket, you can kind of see the way that tiebreakers are done. It is 3 most recent, overall RLCS points, and then the closed qualifier results. So the way that they do it is your teams 1 through 8, based upon their overall results, automatically get invited. That is it. They are brought in. They then take the teams from the closed qualifiers, and that's how you get your 16. So that's how we have 16 teams. Let's remove you, and let's remove you. So now that we have the 16 teams, they then put them in order for the groups based upon the 3 most recent results. So you take Regional 2, Regional 1, and the Fall Major, put their points together, and you put them in a list. And then we go from there. So you've got BDS 1, Dig 2, Queso 3, Endpoint 4, Semper 5, Vitality 6, EG 7, Misfits 8, so on and so forth. The only time it gets a little bit more complicated is because of teams like Luminosity that have made consistent top 12 or top 9 in this case, where things start to shift around. Now, when looking at all these results, some things come to mind. So I've already done all this. I put out this in a tweet yesterday, or like immediately after the qualifiers ended, I put out a tweet. And then this morning, because it is Monday, Psyonix confirmed it. Psyonix like, yes, Lawler, you know how to do basic math. You did it. Good job. I'm like, thank you, Psyonix. I appreciate the confirmation. We did it. So I figure rather than me showing you how they've done it, I've done this now like 5 or 6 times about how groups are made and the process that goes into them. I feel like we should all be on the same page about how they happen. I figure we should focus more so on the groups themselves. Not really do predictions, but talk about some of the concerns I have. A couple things. Number 1, Luminosity drawing BDS for the 3rd time. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. When you are a team that has basically gotten screwed over by Dignitas numerous times, because Dignitas for some reason doesn't want to win their group and they drop down to lowers and then beat everybody else. Unless you get that big upset match, you're going to continue to find yourself in as the like 8th or 10th seed. This exact same thing used to happen all the time to V1 until they kind of changed their own narrative. It's unfortunate. It's just the way it goes. You have to have that one big result to push you ahead to change your seeding by like 1 or 2 places. Otherwise, you're going to continue to have the short end of the stick. The thing that doesn't matter, though, is then you're still drawing Misfits. And then Cookster's Minions, too. Cookster's Minions, to me, is like the perfect gatekeeper team. To me, they're right on the cusp of like 14 to 16. While I don't think they're ever going to push into like a continuous top 8 or a top 6, I do think they have potential for like maybe one upset match, and then they keep people out of that top, that top 12 area. So BDS and Misfits are already a very tough result. Both are, in my opinion, top 6 teams every day of the week. Luminosity also has showcased that they can compete against those rosters. So Group A to me is absolutely brutal. It is very, very tough. So that part kind of sucks for them. Ultimately, just win at least one series. Win one series and do it convincingly. Game differential, I think, is going to be a really big difference here because I think we may see a 3-way tie. I could see like Misfits beating Luminosity, Luminosity beating Minions, Minions playing an upset on one of them. Something like that could happen where we get BDS 3-0 or something, and then we have a 3-way tie or something. I expect tiebreaker matches in Group A in some capacity. I'll do predictions later this week. We'll probably put those out on Thursday. Group B, this one I think interests me because I've seen a really poor performing Dignitas in group so far. I even was on apparently Jack's stream earlier this week and was like, hey man, could y'all just take first in groups instead of making everybody sad in the lower bracket? That would be cool. And he's like, we'll try. I'm like, that's not the confident answer I was looking for, but it's better than nothing. So I think Dignitas, this group in particular in Group B, is very interesting because of the results that have happened so far with teams that are supposedly the #1 overall. Even though Dignitas falls to lowers, they make a lower bracket run and they consider themselves like a consistent top 4, top 6. Evil Geniuses are hot and cold for me sometimes. Sometimes they look really good. And then there's other times where I just don't have that feeling of like you're a top 6 consistent. I think Dignitas should win this group based upon the teams that are in it, but we say that every time and it hasn't happened. So most likely EG is going to take first in the group and then we'll figure it out from there. K-Corp has been hit and miss. Sometimes they look great. Sometimes they don't. To me, the decider here is going to be between these two, EG and K-Corp, how they want to play it. But I don't think there's any excuse for Dignitas not winning this group. I think they are the clear favorite by far in Group B, but knowing them, they'll find a way to throw it. I don't know what's going to happen. But EG, to me, I think this is a good chance for them to prove and showcase that they are on an upswing. I personally don't have the like backing that a lot of others do with EG. I don't know what it is. It's just there's an eye test for me where I'm like, this is as good as they get. I don't see them ever progressing more. And I don't know why that is. It's nothing like there's no animosity towards EG. I've got no problems with any of the players. I just don't feel it. And I don't know what it is. Like I would take Williams Resolve over EG. K-Corp to me is just kind of back and forth. So we'll see. We go to Group C, Team Queso, obviously showing that they are a top 3 team in EU lately. 2 back-to-back grand final appearances. Absolutely fantastic. Super cool to see. 0-0 Nation also been doing pretty well. Guild is my focus on this group. I could, without a doubt, see Vitality not qualifying. Based upon the way that Vitality's been looking and not making it out of groups, I could, without a doubt, see them happening again. The difference maker here is going to be the Vitality 0-0 Nation match is one to pay attention to. I think Guild with CRR has been looking great. They went perfect in their closed qualifier to make it, and CRR and them have been playing well together. I expect like one of these two to have like a close match, and that'll be the difference between tiebreaker or not. So worried about Vitality. I expect Queso to 3 other group. 0-0 Nation, I could see putting up a better fight though than Guild. We'll see how that one goes. Pretty excited about Group C. And then Group D. Endpoint's been kind of here there. Semper's been on a downward trend. They went from being a top 4 team at the major to 11th place, like 12th place, something like that. Kind of wild. I don't know. That's some pretty conflicting results. You bring in Williams Resolve to who, for me, are a team that I think is probably one of the best like gatekeeper teams. Like you have to beat a team like Williams Resolve to make top 8. They will, without a doubt, be in the 9-12 probably match, if not better. And it's a tough fight. Williams Resolve is a good team. Foundationally, the way they play, they hold possession well. They're a solid team. To me, EG and Williams Resolve are similar results, but Williams Resolve has the better upswing. They just got to get more creative on offense. And then you throw Navi, who's been looking better with Virtuoso. So as long as his internet's not another issue, obviously it hasn't been an issue last time, but I could see Navi not making it again, and it's going to be these 3, but Semper is a question mark to me. I've seen really, really good things out of Semper. I've seen bad things out of Semper. Where are we at? So I am excited for these matches. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. Should be very exciting. I think this regional also has a lot on the line, which we will be covering predictions later on. There's going to be a lot of things that happen in the near future, this week specifically, on the YouTube channel. We'll be talking about tiebreaker scenarios. We've also got another brawl where we're going to have a show match between 2 teams going down. There's a lot of exciting things that are going to be happening in the near future. But with that said, if you guys do enjoy the content, you enjoy this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments down below. Thumbs up, subscribe, notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.